We have details as 26 of these traders were arrested earlier today. That's coming up on Top Story, brought to you by Gassem, the nation builder. Vodafone, the future is exciting. Ready? Bond savings and loans, your success, our passion. What you hear there are gunshots from police in Bolgatanga as they clashed with market women protesting their relocation to another facility as part of efforts to ensure social distancing in trading areas. At least 26 of these women were arrested. Here are some sounds from the clash. So that's what transpired earlier today at Bolgatanga. Our correspondent Albert joins us on the line with details of the situation of what we're hearing and what actually the current situation is. Albert, to start with, which particular market are we talking about?
So we are talking about the Bolgatanga Central Market. It's in the middle of the capital.
Now let's get into how all this unfolded in the city today.
Yes, so these women, when we got there and started speaking to them, the accounts were varied. Some of them said that they were asked to, close their shops, and they haven't been given the opportunity to open. The municipal assembly here has been trying to decongest the Bolgatanga Central Market in order to help curb the spread of the coronavirus. So what the assembly did was to move some of the traders to different parts of the town. Some of them were moved to the Jubilee Park. Others were moved to a section of the old market that was no longer in use. And so when we interviewed these women today, some of them said that where they were given, there are people who sell foodstuff, tomatoes and millet and yam and all of that. So back in the day when they allocated the place to them, the reason was that they tend to litter a lot. So that place was convenient for them. And now the new place they have given them is too small. So it makes it, very disturbing when you sit there and sell the litter and all that makes the place smell. So when they complain, their concerns are not taken on board. Some of them are also accusing the municipal chief executive of trying to prevent them from coming back so he can give their shops to other traders. So the accounts were varied. But then we had a market leader who told us that, in fact, what they did was not a demonstration and that they selected just 20 women to march to the office of the municipal chief executive to give them these concerns that they earlier on shared with us. And it was on their way that some police and then military officers stopped them on the way. They even alleged that some of them were beaten and heckled here and there before they were arrested.
But so let's talk about the moment where they were on their way to the DCE's office, for instance, where you talk about the military and the police presence at that point. Were they protesting? Did they clash with the police? How come that happened?
Well, the difficulty is that they did not inform anybody. When we got there, the chaos had already started, so we did not meet the procession or the protest itself when it was ongoing. It was when the police intervened and, the chaos started that we started getting calls that such a thing was happening in town, and that was when we moved there. So I personally didn't get the opportunity to see, the process of, their march or the demonstration that they were embarking on. But this was the explanation that they gave us.
And in the process, we are told about 26 of these traders were arrested.
Exactly. So we spoke to the Bolgatanga Municipal Police Commander, Chief Superintendent Richard Anaba Salifu, and he told us that they arrested 26 of them. In fact, he insisted that, what they did something that was wrong, and so they processed them. They were taken to court this afternoon. Earlier in the day when we spoke to the commander, what he told us was that they were prepared for court, but he did not tell us exactly when. But then this evening we learned that they were taken to court, and the MP, Isaac Adongo, intervened and helped to get some bail for them.
That's my colleague, our correspondent, Albert. Sorry, this is Top Story. And just gone by is our correspondent in the Upper East region, Albert Sorry, bringing us up to date on what transpired at the Bolgatanga Central Market, where 26 of the traders there have been picked up by the police. We know that some form of bail has been granted to them as well amidst gunshots. So some of the women also talk about the firing of tear gas amidst other concerns they've raised. But the Bolgatanga Police Commander himself, Chief Superintendent Richard Anaba Salifu, has joined us here on Top Story. We are grateful for your time, sir. So let's find out first what the police's account of your encounter today was.
All right, thank you for having me on your program. It was about 9 o'clock this morning when I had a call. That was where that some people were demonstrating, and I said, for what reason? Nobody could tell me, but all that I gathered was that they were on their way to the municipal assembly. So I quickly organized my men that they should let us proceed and see what was happening. And then we met them at the High Court Junction. They were almost getting closer to this assembly. I asked them what they were doing, and they were chanting songs, no DCE, no market women, what and what. And I said, what was their problem? Because I'm aware that the Municipal Security Council met, and I was part of that meeting. And we asked that they should just move back to the old market, so that they will be able to decongest the main market where they trade. And it's not that all traders, those who are dealing in cereals, that's millet, sorghum, rice, and whatever, the millet and bean sellers. So they will come to this old market in order to decongest the other side. And they were failing to comply. When we even invited them they refused to turn up for the meeting. Because we had stakeholders meeting before this action was taken. So I was just surprised. In any case, the Public Order Act, if they were to do anything, they needed to even inform us or notify us, have cleared this. And even if they had notified us, we wouldn't have them, because the president has given a directive, and we all have to comply. And so when we even got there, I was asking them to disperse. They were not back. I tried to talk to them. I even spoke the local language, and they didn't mind me. So I instructed that, yes, then we were in man force. So I instructed that they should whip them. And as many as we could, we should arrest. So it was when we started whipping them that they started running away, and we monitored them. And we came back to the police station. I was in the office again when I had a call that, no, they are not marching up, they are coming to attack us in the office. And lo and behold, when I went out, they were already all over the place. And they were storming us. And I said, what? At the police station again? That one will not happen. So we had to apply minimum force again, ask them to disperse, and they were not willing to comply. So I ordered that they should whip. And we started whipping them, and they started running away, and we managed to arrest them again. But because they were pelting us with stones, then we had to now barricade and push them back, and we had to use tear gas to disperse them. So if they are saying that the market is not neat, I heard the background discussion. It's not true. You can ask your reporter again to go. The place was well prepared for them, well gravelled. They put water there. They are just refusing to go back. And so all that I could do as a municipal police commander, I have to apply minimum force. I can't be standing there and they will be stoning me. And we only use the tear gas to disperse them.
Okay, so I missed the tear gas also. We had gunshots being fired. I've seen some of the videos.
Yes, they were all tear gas, and we used rubber bullets. We just wanted to scare them, to tell them, to let them be aware that whatever we're doing, we're serious about it.
So what you're saying, Commander, is that the sounds of the gunshots we heard are those of you firing rubber bullets. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Rubber bullets, you say?
And we use rubber bullets as well to fire, just to scare them.
I've seen videos of some of your men holding guns and then firing into the air. Some of them at very close range amidst the crowd. You're saying that is rubber bullets?
No, but yes, they were rubber bullets. I instructed. I'm a professional. And this is not my first time of handling crowd. We didn't fire into the crowd. We moved. We just, all that you heard, they were rubber bullets.
Well, I'm not too good with guns, but I just want to be sure of, because I have seen the videos, Mr. Commander.
Yeah,
and at least our audience will also get to see that video. But if you're firing rubber bullets, does it come from a gun that looks like an AK-47?
Yes. Okay. Rubber bullets, you put it into the pump action gun and you fire. I got the AK-47, we were holding them out, but we didn't fire.
Just for the purposes of education, I told you I didn't know how these guns work, so I was just trying to find out.
Okay, we were holding AK-47, but it was not AK-47 that we were using to do the firing. Yeah. And even if it was AK-47, it's rubber bullet.
Okay.
I will take responsibility for everything. We didn't use live ammunition. Even when we fired into them, then some people would have been injured by now. Did you hear that somebody's injured? No.
Well, but we understand that you managed to pick up some of these women, up to 26 of them.
No, 27, correction, 27. I think the initial listing, I reported 26, but and when I saw the final charge sheet, I think they were 27. I didn't do the correct count, so they were 27.
So what did you charge them with?
Excuse me?
Have you charged them, and what are you charging them?
Yeah, we charged them, we sent them the circuit court. And then they were granted, some were granted bail with justification. So those who are able to get their surety is fine. I wasn't at the court, so I didn't know what happened, but their plea was not taken.
What did you charge them with?
Oh, but you know the sections, you want me to read it to you. Failing to comply with the restrictions imposed, contrary to Section 1, Clause A of the Executive Instrument 64, and Section 6 of the Imposition of the Restriction Act. Act 1012 of 2020.
Well, but some of these women who spoke to my colleague insist that they were not protesting. And they
were not protesting. If you see the people showed me the video. Some showed me on what do you call it, Facebook. There were more than 50 and wearing red bands. What is the meaning of that? They were not protesting.
Well, but about how many of them, your men encountered them? I would want to find out. You say there are more than 50.
Yeah, there were more than 50. I think they should be close to about 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Or even more. So whatever they were telling you, they were lying.
And you say this engagement for this relocation has been on for some time now.
Yes. And I'm part of the Municipal Security Council. We met. And that was the decision. Because before we even took that decision, we went to the market. And most of them were not using the nose mask. And if you get to where they say, oh, the serious, my sister, so I don't know. I just don't know how to explain. Probably they don't believe that the disease, the virus exists. Probably.
Well, so do you still have some of these women in your custody? We know that they've
No, we send them to court. So those who are not able to get surety, because the circuit court judge didn't take their plea.
Okay.
So it means that if they are not able to get sureties, then they will come and sleep in our cells until they get sureties to sign the bail bond for them so that they will be released on bail. Because it has been adjourned to 25th of this month.
But I'm worried about the conditions in your cells, for instance, because you've just talked about not crowding an area and all, for which reason you are, prosecuting some of these women. So if they don't get the sureties and they come back to you, are you able to contain them? I don't know how many.
Yeah, our cell is already full, so we'll send them to other cells, other Zongo or wherever, our Bongo cells. Because, madam, so how about we ourselves, we the policemen? We are not human beings.
Of course, you are human beings, but you will not be in the cells, for instance. That's why I'm asking. We want to know the conditions.
Our cells here is already full. So if those who are not able to get their surety, when they come back, we'll send them to Zongo cells and probably Boom. Those are the nearby cells that we can get. We don't even have female cells in Bolga. We'll send them to maybe Nabrongo, to Zongo or Bongo, where we have female cells.
Okay. But what would you say is the situation now? Calm, restored at the Bolgatanga Central Market?
Calm has been restored, please.
Okay. We're grateful.
Everything is in order now.
Okay. We're grateful for your time. That's the Chief Superintendent, Richard Anaba Salifo. He's the Bolgatanga Police Commander. And you heard my colleague Albert Story earlier tell us that the MP for the area, Albert Arongo, has secured bail for some of these women. And he's joined us on the line. We're grateful for your time, sir. So about how many of them were you able to secure this bail for? We're told 27 of them were taken to court.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good evening to your listeners. Actually, my name is Isaac Adongo, not Albert Adongo.
I'm sorry, because I was talking about Albert. Sorry, forgive me.
Yeah, sorry. So we have secured bail for all the 27 who were arraigned before court. And I listened to the police superintendent who claims that there is calm, but I want him to come to the circuit court where the people were arraigned. There are close to 100 people who are gathered here to see their loved ones being released on bail. And that cannot be good news for the people of Bolgatanga Central. You cannot be penny wise and pound foolish, because even the police vehicle that transported these people were, if you add the people that were being brought here together with the police people who accompanied them, there were over 35 people in one vehicle. And today, as I stand here right now, I'm standing right in front of the circuit court where we are processing the bail conditions to get the people out of this place. And there are over 100 people standing right here spreading the coronavirus. That is how insensitive, that is how unfortunate this development is. What is the crime of these women? These women have not been given any better education. They have not actually been given the right protocols that are required for them to understand the intentions of government. And these people are expressing their fear. The fear is that their livelihoods are going to be lost. They have not received appropriate assurances to the effect that the arrangements that are put in place will secure their livelihood and will allow them to be able to take care of their family. And they are being arrested and brought to court within 2 hours of their arrest, as if they are common criminals. When in this same region, we saw a deputy attorney general address a party gathering of over 35 people without being arrested. And the video is all over the place and no action has been taken. We are aware of several places across the country where people who are seen to be more influential can gather in numbers in excess of the president's directive, and they are not being arrested. I feel very ashamed that this is happening to my people, because what is the crime? What exactly is the risk of these people to the community? And you find very armed, heavily armed policemen molesting these women who are simply protesting for their livelihood. And I believe that we could have done a good job by basically engaging them a lot more further and ensuring that we are able to allay their fears and to get them to move. I only got to hear about this only 2 days ago, and I'm the member of parliament who these people respect quite a lot and could have brought a lot of influence for them to understand the government policy and what the government wanted to do for them. I have just addressed them and I've assured them that they should not hold any grudges, because the municipal chief executive is basically trying to ensure that the directive to protect them and not get them infested with the virus would require them to move to several different markets. And the fact that they have been brought here is not because he hates them. But I feel disappointed that we had to come to this point. And the police superintendent, I spoke to him. His level of arrogance and the exhibition of power without listening to reasoning is so appalling.
Mr. Isaac Adongo, I'm not sure I'm hearing you say as a member of parliament that because a certain group of people did one wrong and it went unpunished, others should also be left off the hook. He also mentioned that his men, his officers, were being pelted. Also mentioned that they didn't just get up and started this action. They are not supposed to be gathering in masses. You know that for sure. And then also, if I may finish, sir. If I may finish, there have been stakeholder engagement over the period to ask these market women to move to another site for social distancing purposes. I'm not sure it just happened at once. Is that the case?
And the member of parliament of this constituency has never been aware of the stakeholder engagement, and I'm not seen as a stakeholder who is representing the very people that you are stakeholding engaging. I have never been aware of any stakeholder engagement. I have not been invited to any stakeholder engagement. And I can tell you that over the last 2 months, I have spent less than 7 weeks in this constituency. I have never been invited to any such program.
Pardon me,
I represent them. Mm-hmm. I represent. When the problem occurred, they called me and I'm here.
Okay.
How come I was never invited? In any case, is the police.
But were you supposed to be part of such a meeting with traders? Were you supposed to be?
But today I'm part of the meeting to secure a settlement. And I'm saying that when you're talking about stakeholders, you are talking about all the people whose influences can be brought to bear on the people. And I have set a strong relationship with these people that they will listen to me. And I'm saying that when he was bringing the people to court, what was the level of compliance with the president's directive did he observe? He brought over 35 people in one bus, in one truck. And he's saying what? Is that what the president said? That you can carry? When we're in the courtroom, we were over 40 people in the courtroom. To the extent that the presiding judge had cause to caution that next time they should not bring this number of people to the courtroom, and because of the same social distancing. And you have these same people who are violating the principles and violating the rules. Has he arrested his policemen who were part of a contingent of people that came that were above the 25 number? Has he arrested the policemen, including his CID, who was part of a team of over 40 people in one courtroom? Has he done that? And so that level of discrimination cannot be accepted. If you want to apply the rules, then be fair about it. And I am one of those who would uphold the tenets of His Excellency the President's directives. But I am not about to accept a situation where the vulnerable are treated with impunity and the big men in society are left off the hook, including the police service.
Okay, so I didn't quite get your response to the 27 women. You've told us about being in court. How many of them have you successfully secured bail for?
All of them have been secured bail. We have been able to make sure that we have met all the bail conditions, and they've been secured bail. But the unfortunate thing is that I warn the superintendent of police that he must desist from listening to political authority and work based on the tenets of his profession, and ensure that even when he's enforcing the laws, he himself is obeying the laws with his men. But he cannot be violating the laws with his men and be arresting the ordinary common man like a common thief.
Going forward, though, because the intent is for social distancing at the market, Bolgatanga Central Market, how are we hoping to resolve this?
And at the police station and at the court and at conveying people to the court to try them.
So you're against them moving the cereal and other traders to the other market to make space?
How on earth can you carry 26 people from plus 10 policemen in one truck? Because the people violated social distancing.
Mr. Adongo, we are moving forward to ensure that we get a permanent solution to the issue. So I'm asking that going forward, what role exactly are you going to play? Are you going to advise these traders to comply, or what exactly are you going to do?
I have just spoken to them, and this is what I have told them. I'm going to get in touch with the municipal chief executive to play a critical role together with him to sensitize these market women so they can comply with the directives that are meant for their own safety.
Mr. Isaac Adongo, we are grateful for your time. He's the MP for the area, and we've been talking about a clash at the Bolgatanga Central Market today, leading to the arrest of some 27 women, and he tells us that they successfully secured bail for them amidst some gunshots. And you heard the police defendant say that it is not live bullets, but they are rubber bullets, and they've had to use tear gas and whip some of the women before taking them to court for prosecution. That's it for Top Story, brought to you by Gassim, the nation builder. Bond, savings and loans, your success, our passion. And Vodafone, the future is exciting. Ready?